Welcome to episode 4 in my kayak camping gear. In this episode, we're going to be going over my sleep system and shelter. So let's get to it. If you haven't seen the past episodes, go to my channel, check out my playlist. I got a playlist on the past episodes I've done. And we'll start out with my hammock. So the hammock I use is this Grand Trunk Skeeter Beater Pro, and this is a fairly reasonable priced, affordable hammock. It packs down nice and small. It's a great hammock. This is the hammock that got me into hammock camping. Bruce over at Nature Calls Backpacking, he sent this to me. I had never hammock camped before, and out of the kindness of his heart, he sent me this. And it took a while to adjust and get the sag and get comfortable, but once I learned how to do it, this is a great hammock, and I really love hammock camping now. The straps I use are these Eno Atlas straps. Now, I did get online and find an off-brand that was like way cheaper. I think these run around $25 to $28, and the ones that I found online were like $7 or $10, and the stitching and everything is just the same as these Atlas straps. So these Atlas straps are basically just webbing that go around the tree, and then they have little loops where you can adjust your hammock. So let's go over here to the tree. I'll set up the hammock real quick and show you. So here we have it all set up. I did a few mods to it. First thing is I put these paracord pulls on the inside and out. Normally sleep with my head up here, so I did the same on the bottom zipper, and then I even left me a tag line so it's easier to reach the zipper. Up here I exchanged out the carabiners. The carabiners that came with it, they had sharp edges right here, and it was catching the fabric on the hammock and catching on these straps right here. But as you can see, it's got these bungee cords you hook up that lift the mosquito netting here, and this isn't the optimal setup right here to set this up so you guys could see, and it's a great hammock. So over on this side, I'll show you guys something. One year I flipped over in the hammock and was hanging by the netting, and I got a little tear in the netting here, but I used this tenacious tape, and this was a couple years ago, and I've used it for a couple years, and this tenacious tape seems to be holding up really well on this netting. Sticks really well. I suggest everybody carry some tenacious tape in their kit. The Atlas straps, like I said, just loop around the tree, and then you got them loops to adjust your hammock there. They're not the best for backpacking. They got a little bit of weight to them, but for kayak canoe camping, work great. So I have two different tarps that I use with my hammock. This is a 10 by 10 sil nylon, and this was made by Bruce over at Nature Calls Backpacking. He custom did this for me a while ago, and this is really nice. The other one is my favorite. This is a sil poly, and this is a 12 by 12. This has a lot of real estate. This covers a lot, and they both are just around a pound. I think this one's a little over a pound, but they pack down nice and small. They shed water really well. They dry really quick, and just great pieces of equipment. There's a lot of affordable tarps out there. One Tigris makes a tarp that's really affordable. don't have to go crazy when you're getting your tarps. There's a lot of good stuff out there that is priced pretty good. We'll set this 10 by 10 sil poly up, show you. I keep everything in here, all my cords and ridge line and everything. So let's get over to the tree and we'll set this up. So on my ridge line, I don't know if you guys can see this very well. I use this number 95 single strain paracord, and on this end I just got some night eyes. This is an S-beaner. We'll come down here, and then I keep some Pressix on the ridge line. Just connect it with a stick there, and then over on this end here, same thing. And then this Dutch wear fly makes a really quick, tight setup, and overall this 95 single strain paracord has worked out pretty well. On the four corners of my tarp, I just have a piece of Velcro here. That way I can keep my guidelines attached and just wind them up and secure them to the tarp there. I also got some bungees on there, and bungees are kind of like this one right here, but when I stake it out, this gives for a lot of give when it's windy, and it helps save on the tie outs on the tarp. So obviously I wouldn't have it set up like this. I just wanted to put it up like this to show you guys the tarp. I'd have it in a tent shape over my hammock. Lots and lots of room underneath this thing. This is just a great all-around tarp. I didn't bring my tent stakes out, but basically what I use is just some cheap Walmart tent stakes. Just got them staked out with some sticks here. And you can see, let's back up here, you can see all the tie outs on this thing. When I got it from them, I just went crazy. And so when I ordered my 12 by 12, my 12 by 12 has just got the corners in the center. There's no tie outs in there. But overall, I mean, it's waterproof. There's no leaks. I can set this up in many configurations. So now that you guys have seen my hammock and tarp, let's check out my bedding or my sleep system. My sleep system's pretty simple. As you can see, I got this military whoopee that I got spread out. This is a lot of the times I use this for my top to cover up with. Also, I have this double black diamond throw from Costco. This and the whoopee are plenty warm for me down to about 50 degrees. With the one Tigress full length quilt, this is a 40-degree bag, but it's worked down to 50. Awesome piece of gear. You guys have seen the hammock and the tarp. One thing I didn't show you guys is this this 5x7 Walmart backpacking tarp. I use this for everything. I'll put this down underneath my hammock, underneath the tarp also to put gear on. If it's raining really bad, I can cover up my gear with it. Just a lot of uses for this. So let's take a look at both of these items right here, and I'll show you how I pack them. Wow, I've done so many trips with this one Tigress underquilt. This is the 40-degree bag, and like I said, it's been good down to 50 degrees easily. And as you can see, it's full length. It's kind of shaped like the hammock itself. It covers all the hammock. I'm not sure on the fill on this, but like I said, 40 degrees. On the ends here, it's kind of split, as you can see. And then I just added a little carabiner on there, a little tiny carabiner. So when I hang it up, I just clip it on top of my hammock, get it set in there. This is awesome. This is priced really well too, compared to other underquilts. This is priced really well. But one thing, you order stuff off of One Tigress, usually takes a while because it's coming overseas. But I love it. I've put it to the test and I'm happy with it. The next is the Costco down, and I'm sure everybody's seen these. These are a great down overthrow. This in combination with the military whoopee has kept me warm lots and lots of nights. Now before I would go out, you want to loft it up. You know, you get to camp, you want to get it spread out and loft it up so it fills up. Same with the underquilt. But yeah, this is these three sleeping items are my favorite. So how are we going to pack these up for a river trip? There's many different ways. What I usually do is I try to keep all my sleep system in one dry bag. I keep my sleeping cloths in a separate dry bag, because your hammock gets wet, your tarp's wet, you don't want that sitting on there. These are probably, other than an extra pair of clothes, these are the #1 items you do not want to get wet. You do not want to spend all day on the river just to have wet sleeping stuff. So I'm going to show you guys how I pack this up. So I have this compression sack, and the compression sack is water resistant. It's not a dry bag. It cinches at the top, so you know water could get in it, but just water coming on the top of it's not going to get in it. And what I like to do is take my underquilt, my whoopee, and I'll shove this all in here, and I'll take this dry bag and I can put my hammock in it, my tarp, my Walmart tarp, and then my regular tarp. I can sit this in there. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll take a little trash baggie with me, like just a cheap kitchen trash baggie. If it's been raining all day, all night, you get up, camp, this is going to be like moist, and I'll just put this in like a little kitchen baggie, and this will all go into here. So here is everything compressed. This is my hammock, my tarp, my underquilt, blanket. Of course I don't got the whoopee in there, but this bag gives me plenty of room. I just left the whoopee out for a backdrop here. You see it's compressed all the way down. I can get this whoopee in there and just get this thing down even further if I need to. But then what I like to do is, like I said, I bring trash bags with me just for my tarp. I'll put everything in a dry bag here, and this is packed down really tight, so if it rained on it and everything, it's really not going to get wet. But the double protection here, like this, I can also, if my tarp is wet, pack all my dry gear into the stuff sack, and then I can put my tarp in here before I roll this up. Just get the air out of it. And there you go. Everything. Your sleep system, your shelter, everything in one nice dry bag that can be shoved in the upper of your kayak or the back of your kayak. Just a nice, awesome, easy way to pack all your stuff.